So I'm heading up north, about 250 kilometers from Toronto, just to test the Hasselblad X2D II on an actual landscape photography shoot. I actually haven't gotten to test the camera since I got it, so this should be a good place to do it. And there's a variety of stuff there, forests, lots of lakes. It's basically mostly water, so a lot of canoeing, that type of thing. And a lot of people around this time go there to photograph the fall colors. So that's what my intent is. And we'll see how it goes. So I'll report back, and hopefully I can make a little video out of this. I usually try to go for one decent photo if I can get one, depending on the weather and other factors. So hopefully that will pan out. Anyway, that's it for now. So I made a quick stop here at the Outfitters store to buy some bear spray, an essential item if you're just bumbling around the woods trying to be quiet, because this is bear country. And last time I was on the canoe near here, I had a bear walk down to the beach. That was very close to the canoe, so anyway, just a precaution. So the fall weather here up north is always very beautiful. I'm about 250 kilometers away from Toronto, and I was trying to get into Algonquin Park this morning, which is a big provincial park, but they basically don't issue any permits for even going on the main highway through the park. If you want to stop in one of the parking lots or the visitor center, you just can't even do it. Just because there are so many tourists stopping by. I guess it's turning into a little Canadian Yellowstone, where you just have tour buses and people blocking the main highway trying to take pictures of moose, or it's usually moose. Once in a while it's bears. So it's fairly crazy. So I did end up getting a permit for tomorrow morning and Tuesday morning. So I'm going to test the X2D II in this fall weather. Hopefully I can get one or two decent shots on this trip that will make a print. Doesn't always happen, but you try, right? So we'll see how this will play out. So I'm at this location that I shot before in the winter. Actually, I shot it on the A7R5 using a few lenses just as a test, but it's a fairly picturesque yet postcardy place, and it only works at a certain time of year and at a certain time of the day. But I'm here since I couldn't get into Algonquin, so I'm going to have a look and see if it's even worth trying to shoot it. It's probably in too much shadow at this point, but it's still good to try. So let's have a look. This is very Canadian. You can see here. It's like a wetland, and this area is full of them. It's basically this region of Muskoka is pretty much all that. It's a lot of islands and these ponds and lakes, and you get a lot of mosquitoes here in the summer, as you can imagine, but it's quite picturesque if you get it at the right time of day. I actually don't think this is the right time of day, because the sun is way too contrasty and it's too low, so these trees here look too dark, although they have a nice silhouette, which is why I say it has a bit of a postcardy look. This tree over there is sort of cool, but not sure if this will look good in a photograph. In 3 dimensions it looks very nice. So I found this very classic Canadian scene. It's just a bunch of trees that are dead in a swamp or in a wetland, which is basically what a bunch of northern Ontario looks like in the Muskoka region. And I fired up a few shots, so we'll see how they come out. And I didn't bother taking out the tripod, so I'm just doing it with the IBIS in full effect. I'm trying to do 1/50th of a second on the X2D II. I know it can go lower, and I can go lower, but I don't trust myself below 1/15th of a second. I mean, let's try 1/4 and see what happens. But this is a cool scene. When you get nice light on something like that, it makes for a really classic looking print, because all the fine little details on the trees come out, and the needles and such. So let's give this a shot again. I'm at f8 here. Yeah, it actually is. On the back of the display, it's sharp, so that's not a bad thing, right? And this is like just right by the road. So you see a lot of that stuff. You can just keep going on the side roads in these areas and see stuff like this. So sometimes you can get lucky. It's usually in the summer months where you will get stars reflecting in the water. And if you do a really long exposure, you can sort of get some of them reflecting. They will obviously be a bit blurry. I've almost never managed to get a true reflection, but you can still get something, especially the moon. I mean, the moon is very bright, so that usually works. But anyway, I'm going to shoot a few more things here just to for safety, right? And also just to try out different compositions. Now I actually might switch to the 90, the 90V, just to see what happens with that. This is right now on the 55, and that's been working well, but I could probably get tighter, and I haven't actually tried the 90 on anything like this yet, so I'll switch out the lenses and we'll see. So I got the 90. I'll try the same few shots with that and see how that differs. I'd say this one at 1/4 of a second is wishful thinking. Let me try 1/15th of a second just to see. 15th worked a little better. Obviously IBIS is fun and all, but if you really want a low ISO shot in basically dusk, you can't really do it handheld if you're serious. So let's try this, see what happens here. And I'm going to just go to 50 ISO, and well, maybe we'll do like a 2-second exposure. Actually, let's do a 6-second. It seems like that's what the camera wants to do, and so let's do that and see what will happen here. I don't know why I still have this camera strap around the camera. I almost never use camera straps. I just haven't found a good clutch for it. So let's see what this does at 6 seconds. Yeah, it's sharp, looks pretty decent. The corners could be a bit better, but maybe I'm not one for a lot of focus stacking, but I can try doing that, or we can go a little bit more like f11. I know with a 90mm it's still a fairly long focal length, so you're not going to get a lot of depth of field on a scene that's this three-dimensional and this up close. Oh, that's pretty good both in the corner and in the front, so that's good. There is a sunrise over this lake, so I'm going to just check it out, and then I'm leaving for the park, the park I was trying to get into yesterday, called Algonquin. So I'm basically not going to be there for sunrise, but I should be able to still get some nice fall colors. But the stuff I'm seeing here is quite picturesque, so let's take a look. So the mist in the background is looking really cool. I'm going to try to fire up a few shots before I leave for Algonquin Park, which is the place I was trying to get to yesterday with no luck. But today I have a highway permit, so I can actually park and use some of the trails and such. So it should be hopefully a decent shoot for fall colors, and hopefully I can get one good print out of that whole trip. But let's try at this and see if there is anything good here. I have the 90mm on. It's actually a bit messy with this. There's this little bridge there, a dock, I mean. If you look at the dock here, it's not sure if you can see it. over there, but it's sort of messy, so I'm not going to bother with that one. So there's a few more shots I'm doing of that mist into the distance there. I'm not sure if it will turn out the way I want, because the one thing that happens fairly often when you're doing landscape photography is you're so taken in by the environment that you look at the final image after and it's just underwhelming compared to what you saw, or there's another feeling that comes in when you're in the moment of it. So let's see if that will happen now or not, but regardless, I'll be leaving this spot in a minute. Okay, so I'm done here. I'm not sure there is anything more than just repeating the same shot as the light is rising. So I'm heading to Algonquin now after that misty shoot this morning. That was around 7:30. That's when the sun is rising, although it's the mist shows up earlier. It was around 6:40 when I was taking that shot, and now we're heading off to shoot the fall colors. So hopefully that will be pretty and a good workout for the camera. So the one thing you have to be very careful about in these parts, especially in the morning, is animals. Obviously that's not news to landscape photographers, but we get moose and bears and deer that come out, especially in the morning and dawn. I meant to say dusk. So when you're just driving around, especially with not a lot of other cars on the road, you have to be careful because, speaking of, there is a deer, 2 of them. So that's a nice sighting. Too bad the Osmo 360 is so wide angle that you probably can't get a good view. But anyway, there's a lot of that, and especially in the fall, they're so camouflaged that it's really easy to just miss. So and they don't care if it's a highway or if it's a country road like this. They just come out anyway. So I'm inside the park, and obviously the colors are beautiful, but now it's just a matter of finding something nice to shoot that has some sort of semblance of a composition. And the problem with the main highway, where you do see a lot of the colors, is that there are electrical cables sort of ruining the whole thing. So you can't shoot into the trees unless you want to embrace the cables. Anyway, we'll go out and see. And this is pretty neat. Very Group of Seven. Group of Seven was a collective of painters, Canadian painters, for anybody that doesn't know. And they did a lot of this painting in this region, and also Lake Superior. That's very nice. but I think either during sunset or proper sunrise, this will be better. So I'm abandoning this location and going to the next one. So there's some nice stuff over there, so I'll see what happens. I'll fire off a few shots. The reflections are sort of neat. The blue of the water from the sky, the way it's reflecting, and just the color is so pretty. I think I'm done here. We'll move on to the next spot, right? So I'm just moving on to the next spot. I just took some shots of these calm reflections with that blue water. That's all I can get right now. The light is not really great. I know I said that before, but it's just a very, obviously it's a forest, so when you have sun like this in the forest, you just get a bunch of these patchy shadows, and they just don't look great. So I'm probably going to find something else that maybe looks good in the bright sun. So I found a potential location to come back to during sunset, because the sun will basically, it's going over like this, and I think what will happen is it's going to illuminate the back of that, and some of the trees that are here will pop. Right now it's like way too bright, and there is basically no separation between those small trees and the background. But I think when the sun is going to set, there might be a situation where at least the background is illuminated and there is a strong silhouette on the trees, or something more magical could happen. Who knows? Sometimes you get surprised. So maybe I'll come back here unless I find a better spot. I still took a few shots here during the day, but it's not really looking great with this type of harsh light. The colors by themselves can't carry a photo like this. That is basically a cacophony of shapes. Anyway, let's see what else there is to find here. So I found another potential composition here. The trees in the back there that are flaring up, they sort of look good with that flare on top of them. And if you actually cover the lens a little bit more, you get rid of the flare in the lens, but the trees stay illuminated. And they're against like this dark backdrop. So let's see what that looks like. And now I'm going to keep going. This is an area where there are a lot of beavers and they make dams. So you can see some of that behind me there. And there's more that we'll encounter. So anyway, it's also super dry. Normally this whole area here, flip the camera. Yeah, normally the area here is just wetlands, but now it's basically dried out. We have not been getting a lot of rain this year, so that's probably part of the reason. Or maybe the beavers dammed the water somewhere else, and now this is drying out because they do tend to do that as well. So it's not just climate stuff that can cause this. The beavers can make a big mess as well. So something to to note. So these trees in the back there, these two, I photographed many years ago with my Pentax 645D, and obviously the light was very different than it is today. But I'm just going to do a shot of this with more modern equipment and see what it looks like. And the light is not as pretty, so obviously I'm not hoping the shot will be any good, but it's still fun to take an image of the same subject just to see how different it looks on a different day. With light like this, I find that it just doesn't look great unless there is some sort of mist or atmosphere in the air, because you can't see the directionality. Anyway, I'll change locations and see what else I can catch. So I had a bit of a disaster of a day. Basically, as you can probably hear from the audio, I lost my microphone in a kayaking incident this morning. I flipped the kayak. It was this rental kayak that was too small for the gear. I initially wanted to rent a canoe, but I was convinced otherwise. Anyway, nothing I can do, so I lost the microphone transmitter in a lake. So now I have to settle on the audio that's built into these little Osmo cameras and whatnot. Not great sound, but hopefully you can hear some of it, and I'll see what I can do in post-processing to get rid of all the noise. So this maybe wasn't the most productive trip, but I did get some shots. Not all of them are what I expected. The light wasn't great, and the whole kayaking incident sort of put a bit of a break to one day. But I will have a look at what I shot and see if at least I can do one print. That'll be great if I got one or two okay prints out of this. And yeah, that's all.